What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and the Elon private jet tracking saga continues as a video clip resurfaces. I mean, the clip is older. I think Twitter treated it as though it were a brand new clip, but I remember seeing this clip back in February or March of the little entitled Brat, who is totally the good guy and just trying to share totally public information about Elon's jet, saying that he'll leave Elon alone in exchange for $50,000 or a Tesla. It sure seems like extortion to me, although I'm not a lawyer. You know, I can't say for sure. You'll have to take a look at this clip and decide for yourself. December 17th article via the Post Millennial. Founder of Elon Jet tries to extort Elon Musk for $50,000 on CNN. Jack Sweeney, the now suspended Twitter user who ran the account at Elon Jet, which tracked Twitter CEO's Elon Musk's flight locations in real time, said on Saturday what his demands would be for him to cease posting the location of travel details of Musk and his family. CNN Michael Don't Really Care on his morning show asked Sweeney, "What is your current demands relative to Musk? What will it make for you? What will it take for you to go away?" Here's his reply. Here's a clip.
Can drinking water before bed?
Why am I watching a weirdo ad there? That's weird. Yeah, I mean, the original clip I have here.
19-year-old Jack Sweeney has been tracking the Tesla SpaceX. On Twitter, Sweeney's account called Elon Jet uses public records to map the flights.
It does not. It uses public records, but his data is not public. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's so weird fighting against like this gaslighting. Like yes, there are aspects of Elon's jet that is public information, but his jet's tracking information is not public.
He also tracks the planes of other moguls like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Look at this kid. He looks exactly like you'd expect.
And I want to do some kind of software in aviation like I am right now, basically.
No one's going to hire this kid.
What was the plan when you started tracking Elon Musk's Gulfstream?
You know, so I was a fan of Elon and Tesla and SpaceX and everything he's got going on, and I was just interested in where he was going. It was just a hobby to see.
I was a fan, and so I thought I would post publicly his location at all times. You know what's interesting? Really wasn't a problem until he bought Twitter. That should kind of say something, right? Like, were we having this conversation about Elon's safety, before he bought Twitter? I don't think so, right?
19-year-old Jack Sweeney about Musk business-wise by knowing his physical whereabouts. Had that occurred to you?
Yeah, it has. After I started it, you could see where he's going that you haven't possibly seen before. All the Tesla factories, all the SpaceX places. He's going to those and you can see what's going on.
That's really not your business, though, is it? Now, I will say there is a way. I looked into what some other super duper rich people do. And really, Elon could get around this by renting private jets, by like renting different varieties of them at different times. Now, I'm sure if I paid $65 million for something, I'd want to use it. If I spent more than $80 on shoes, I want to like wear those shoes, or if I bought an expensive watch, and that's not $65 million.
Has he made it more difficult for you to track his flights?
Yeah, he got the highest level of blocking, but actually just in the past couple of days, it's been turned off. So, I mean, have they given up, I guess?
Blocking, huh? So it isn't public information then?
It's really strange.
So his location was blocked, and it currently is blocked, by the way.
Is this based on all publicly available information? If I had your level of knowledge and sophistication, would I be able to do exactly what you're doing?
Yeah, you'd be able to track his flight like I am on Twitter.
Wrong. It is not based on publicly available information. Even ABC admits it in this article that it isn't quite what you think. And of course, now everybody's tracking him now. And, it is going to lead to safety issues. Even you can see Slate writing the information. Wait, where is it talking about? I wanted to find this. Oh, here. While safety is a primary point of the aircraft surveillance system, the FAA recognizes that some users might have privacy concerns and that it isn't necessary to know every detail about a plane's ownership and flight history to keep it from having a midair collision. For that reason, the FAA launched a service called Privacy ICAO Aircraft Address. It's like a VPN program that lets aircraft owners apply for anonymized identification code. It is a laborious process, and codes cannot be changed more than once every 60 days. This means they can be of limited utility, since astute observers might be able to use other clues to figure out the aircraft's identity. Musk takes part in the PIA program, so some of his supporters have argued that Sweeney isn't using publicly available information, but the plane's well-known past behavior was a dead giveaway. Again, but that's not publicly information. You're like compiling it. The public information is only one part of it. Okay, it'd be like arguing that I knew Jeremy lived in Wisconsin. It's publicly available, so I use these other tools to then give you his home address. Right? Elon Musk, for example, has a Gulfstream, and there's only so many people that fly that particular plane out of Brownsville, Sweeney told website Insider. So again, he's deducing, which is not publicly available. People are like, oh, it's publicly available. I go to flighttracker.com. I can see all this stuff. Yeah, no. It is essentially a best guess hack, so to speak. Not really a hack. That's not fair to say. But like an algorithm or best guess that it's him. But it is not publicly available. Somebody is still intervening to create that and then post it. The ease with which Musk can be spotted raises the question of how much responsibility he should bear for the situation. While it's understandable that a wealthy man might want to shield himself from public eye, an important part of being discreet is how one comports oneself. There's only so much privacy someone can expect when engaging in an act as fundamentally public as flying through national airspace in a $70 million jet. Some of that I don't necessarily disagree with. Some of that I don't necessarily disagree with. And I think what Elon should, it would behoove him to be renting jets, I think, at this point. At least in the short future. And plus, like, if he rents a bunch of different jets, they may be less likely to figure out which one's his. Especially if he rents out his jet to other super rich people. Now, CNN's wrote, and he replied, I still want a Tesla or $50,000. I mean, I'm not gonna up it, Sweeney said. On Wednesday, Musk announced that he would suspend any account that doxed a person's real-time location following an incident where his son was followed by a crazy stalker. He subsequently suspended several journalists and users, including Sweeney, who were providing Musk's private location to the public, such as by publishing the coordinates of his private jet. According to Sweeney, all 30 of his Twitter accounts had been suspended under the new policy. Who has 30 accounts? The @ElonJet account was briefly reinstated, but it got the boot just minutes later. The terms of use now state that users are not allowed to share live location information of any individual without their consent, regardless of this information being publicly available. Interesting. Now there's really no excuse for it. And I actually don't hate that. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that a rapper was like eating at some like pancake house or something like that. And someone posted a picture of where he was at, and then people came and ended him, robbed him, and people have to be careful about that, you know? Like, I have some nice Christmas lights up I'd like to show people, but I don't want, I feel like nowadays that puts me at risk. Look at what's happened to Tim Pool. Musk also said Sweeney was posting, quote, basically and ending of life coordinates. Sweeney also ran at Trump Jets, an account that tracked the movement of former President Donald Trump's private jets. Musk has pledged to take legal action against Sweeney for putting his family in danger. I think if he can tie it, like let's say they got that weirdo and that weirdo followed Musk jets and they could make some sort of connection, maybe there would be an issue. According to insiders, Sweeney is a college student who isn't worried about Musk's legal threat. I'm not really concerned because a tweet is just a tweet, you know, he said. He sounds really uneducated. Even if Musk didn't win, you could bury this kid in legal fees. The kid could be stuck in the courtroom for 10 years. From what I see, there isn't much ground for him to stand on, and that's the opinion of a lot of people. Ooh, a lot of people. That must mean it's correct. Top men. I think the idea that, like, telling him, giving him $5K to stop, I think it's funny. Like, this guy basically, I'm not in it for the money. I just want $50,000. It feels like blackmail. You know what I mean? If he wants to get a job in aerospace software, maybe not extorting one of the few people that have jobs available in that exact area is probably not a good idea. I mean, I think paying this kid his 50 grand, you might think, oh, just make him go away. It's 50 grand is nothing for Elon. I think that that's fair, but also then there'll just be another guy that does it. It's really not, this Jack Sweeney kid isn't really that intelligent. People can figure it out pretty easily, especially since he's been very public about how he does it. The issue is his following, right? This guy is not some kind of hero. This guy is not some kind of, I'm doing it for the public knowledge. If he was just doing it for the public knowledge, then why is there a price on it? And why is the price $50,000? If I knew how this stuff was being used, I just, I feel like if you know that this stuff is being used to target somebody and put his life in danger, you think this kid would feel bad that his kid's life was put at risk? I don't care if Elon sues him. I don't know the law, if this is against the law or not, but I certainly can say this is not quote unquote public information. And this sounds exactly like extortion to me, where he's saying, hey, all I want is 50K, guys. All I want is 50K. What's the big deal with that? All I want is 50K. Can I just have $50,000? I'm just doing this because I thought I just wanted to see if I could do it. Now I want 50,000 to stop doing it. Disgusting. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. We'll talk to you again real soon.